What's up, everybody, and welcome to ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news. I'm Drew Bosley. You can find me on Twitter at ArtisticGamer28, and that is one, the only Scott Savage. You can find him on Twitter at Savage. Scott, happy Friday, buddy.
Yep, it's Friday already, man. I can't believe we've been doing this for so long when it just flies by.
Oh, man, it's nuts. What are we, like 4 months in now at this point or something like that? It's just been kind of go. And we got a lot to talk about today because it hasn't slowed down one bit, even after E3. Dude, just before we went live, I got to touch on it. I got to touch on it real quick. The whole scenario with the Abandon, right? The whole conspiracy with Hideo Kojima and all that stuff. Well, the Abandon developers took to Twitter to say that the app they're creating are actually getting pushed back now till August because that's not polished enough for where they were situated and happy with the app to release the trailer of the game. Dude, this whole thing has just turned into a giant mess.
Yeah, I think they would have liked to stay out of the news for a while, but what a disaster.
Yeah, it's interesting to watch. I'm curious to follow along. It's just turned into one heck of a story. Something that we haven't seen like this in, like, I don't know how long, man. It's just the theories and conspiracies and everything under the sun is getting tossed at these guys right now. And it's too bad because this is their first game. And they're coming out of the gate on fire. And I don't know if they're lit up in a good way. So
no, not unless they can secure that Hideo Kojima guest spot.
That's right.
That may set everything back to normal. But
absolutely. But we're not here for that. You are here for ITG Daily, the show that's live every single day over Monday to Friday over on twitch.tv/theofficialITG, as well as YouTube. But if you can't hit us up live like the Nerdcast is, then you can hit us up later inside thegame.ca, podcast services, and TV streaming networks around the globe. Coming up in today's show, Scott, Fable is in amazing hands. Sucker Punch is working on a standalone Ghost of Tsushima game? What? And Killer Instinct can wait just a little bit longer. You ready to get into it, man?
Oh, I'm ready to go.
Whew, dude, I'm pumped. It's Friday. Oh, you got like 2 coffees into me. Let's go. Phil Spencer says new Fable game is in amazing hands, really important to a lot of Xbox fans. No kidding, dude. Like, I can't wait. We saw the reveal of this at it was an Xbox event showcase, and dude, you and I covered that live, and we were so excited. But when Xbox finally confirmed the rumors that Playground Games, of all studios, man, this is the team behind Forza Horizon, right? This is not a team that's known for RPGs or open world. Well, open world, sure, but not in this kind of vein. You know what I mean?
I've seen some good comments. Finally, the Fable where everybody's cars.
Playground Games was taking charge of the next Fable entry, followed the closure of Lionhead Studios. Fans of the RPG franchise were excited and a little nervous about the new team. While we didn't get a new Fable trailer at this year's E3, which, dude, I was kind of hoping just for a tease. I wasn't expecting much, but just like a little hint of something would have been real nice. But Xbox Phil Spencer is giving us a little hope to thrive off of in the meantime. Spencer sat down for an episode of Drop Frames podcast via VGC, to talk about what's going on the realm of Xbox. Outside of hopes of the new Killer Instinct, really? Is there hopes for that? We'll touch on that shortly as well. He also touched on Fable and how the amazing team working on it understands what a vital IP it is to fans. Scott hopes for this. When do you think we'll see the next Fable?
I want to be hopeful that it's going to be soon, but I think it's actually going to be at least a year away. Just because we haven't seen anything at all yet, it makes me believe that they're still in the laying the foundations of the game.
I think a year is a little early. I think we're 2 years. I think we're gonna be 2, maybe. I don't know if 3's pushing it a little too far out at this point. I think 2 years. 1 year, dude. Next year, we got that next year. That would be awesome because you figure we're getting Halo this fall, right? We're getting Halo this holiday season, and then if you can push us into Horizon and then push us into this as well with Fable, man, like they're 10-point games are coming out now, right? That's the biggest thing. And then next year, 2022, we're getting into Starfield as well. That's when they drop maybe the next Skyrim 2 trailer. Dude.
I could see that. Now, this game could come a lot quicker if they're reusing the code from Fable Legends.
Let's not do that.
That's unlikely.
Oh, man. Yeah, we won't touch it. Yeah, it's unfortunate Lionhead had to close down, but man, they just kind of exhausted the way they're taking the direction of the game, right? And that's the only thing. So we'll see what happens. The only thing I can really say about Fable is seeing the pedigree of the team and Playground and where they set the bar for themselves in building a game. I think that showed with the Forza Horizon 5 preview that they had. It just seems so weird to me, Scott, that it's Forza and then you go way over on the other scale to Fable.
Yeah, that seems like a strange choice for which studio gets it. But I'm not sure how they make these decisions, but I suppose it's just because it's a level of graphical fidelity. There's a certain amount of sim that this company is definitely used to producing high-level content.
Dude, I can't wait to see anything, like a little snippet or anything whatsoever. Give me a in-game trailer. This is going to be incredible. I'm really pumped for Fable. But let's get into what could be happening in the world of Ghost of Tsushima. Is reported getting a standalone expansion named Ghost of Ikishima? Is that right? How do you say it? Ikishima. Sucker Punch Productions thoroughly excited. Ghost of Tsushima is reportedly getting a standalone expansion later this year, which will be known as Ghost of Ikishima. That comes according to a special Nick podcast leak over on Xbox Era. He claims that Ghost of Ikishima will be along the lines of the standalone offering like Spider-Man Miles Morales or Uncharted The Lost Legacy, Scott. Dude, I can't wait.
That makes me curious for what they mean by, I guess standalone expansion is pretty explanatory, but do you call that an expansion? Is it just happening on the same island? Is that I wonder as to what that means for the series.
There's definitely a lot of questions moving forward with it, right? Like, so Ghost of Tsushima is huge. It's incredible. It was a standout game by Sucker Punch, and it brought them to another level. When you get into Spider-Man Miles Morales, that didn't feel like DLC. It didn't feel like a standalone story. It felt like a game. Dude, I put 30 hours into that thing. So to have it as a standalone piece of DLC, not really what I would expect. The Lost Legacy, yes, when you get in the world of Uncharted in the Lost Legacy, that felt very much in the vein of Uncharted, that it was its own kind of DLC special content story, right? But when you get into Miles Morales, that is its own game. So I'm curious to see where this kind of falls in the middle. Are we getting a expansion-esque kind of touch with Ghost of Tsushima, getting this new piece of content? Or are we going to get a Spider-Man Miles Morales situation where you can get in there? Because this is such an open world scenario with Ghost of Tsushima. It's huge. So they got to kind of play off of that as well. And what story do they bring? Who do they bring in? Do we continue on with Jin's story or do we move on with somebody else?
It seems like it's going to be another character. Just the fact that they want to call it a standalone expansion makes me think it'll be a different character, perhaps their own story going on. But this reminds me of a situation actually a long time ago with Fear. And they produced a second Fear disc, but it was considered an expansion of the first one. It was called Perseus Mandate. But when you got in and played it, it really wasn't very attached to Fear 1 at all. You were a totally different character, different perspective. Some of the same events happened, but you were kind of doing your own thing. So maybe that's why this is considered an expansion. Maybe it borrows from some of the events of the first game. But you would be much more familiar than I.
There's one character, I can't remember her name, but she played a pivotal role within the game too. Crap, I'm just drawing a blank at the moment. It might come back to me later. But I think we could play off of her. You kind of meet. She's the girl that saves you right at the very beginning of the game. Spoilers. Small story. Spoiler. It's not. It's just kind of what happens. This is how you kick off the game. But I could see it playing off of her, her past, almost like a prologue, perhaps leading into the game of how this whole thing kind of came about. Dude, that would be cool. Oh man, there's so many options. Like, I am excited to see what happens. This right now is just a rumor coming out of Special Nick from the Xbox Era podcast, but he says it's likely to happen this year, right? 'Cause you figure right now, well, that's the other side of it. And the last DLC we had was an update for Ghost of Tsushima. It was the Legends DLC, dude. And the Legends Ghost of Tsushima was awesome. It introduced co-op, had a 2-player campaign mode, and then it had kind of like this horde mode where you can have up to 4 players. And it was so cool. It was just nice to be back in the world of Ghost of Tsushima. So if they are able to bring this in, and we can get Kishima, man, one of these days I will get it. Yuna, thank you, Northern Nerdcast. I knew you'd hook me up. Yuna's story is kind of where I think this could take off of, either at the end of the game or at the beginning, to have us kind of like give us a prologue. Dude, that would be sick. I think that'd be a fantastic turnaround, and that I could see working off of the story and having its own sideline, standalone DLC or expansion or whatever they want to kind of call this. But otherwise, I really don't know who else we'd be playing as.
There's a ton of really cool stuff in Ghost of Tsushima. It's a huge, awesome universe. I've been on the outside. I haven't played it myself yet, but I've seen a lot of it actually going forward. So I think it's a great universe. They need to put something else in its name. Absolutely. Some other kind of title. It could absolutely spawn a lot of really cool things.
Oh, man. Dude, I wouldn't be surprised to see this come to PC either, Scott. So, heads up on that.
That would be good news for me.
It sure would be. Let's get into some Killer Instinct going on. Xbox Phil Spencer says, more Killer Instinct is a goal, just not right now. Scott, I think that really just sums it up. There are so many good games in the catalog that we'd love to revisit, Spencer said. The response when we did Killer Instinct at the launch of Xbox One was fantastic. Not everybody inside the Xbox org kind of saw what the game could become. I will just say Matt Booty and I have discussed many times Killer Instinct and where we'd like to go with it. Dude, what's the future of Killer Instinct look like? Because when he says not right now, I'm okay with that. Like, for me, I'm a Mortal Kombat guy through and through. So I remember playing Killer Instinct back in the day in arcades. Yes, I'm dating myself immensely with that. But that's where all that kind of came from. It really kind of spiced arcades. Dude, like, there's a lineup. Everybody's got their quarters ready and they're ready to go there. And it was so cool because it was really a big game changer in fighting games back then.
I missed out on the whole arcade era, but I do have fuzzy memories of the Killer Instinct machines, actually. And it's interesting that they took that and put it on console. I guess this is a very Xbox-centric brand. But for myself, I only have space for 2 fighters in my head. And that's Soul Calibur, and then Smash Brothers is kind of like a different language. Yeah, it's a fighting game, but it's like a totally different thing. Dude, failing that, Mortal Kombat, and then Tekken. Street Fighter is one that I've just totally somehow ignored my entire life. Yeah, I erroneously claimed that there aren't a lot of fans for it, and I've since been corrected. There is absolutely a lot of fans for Street Fighter. I didn't realize it had been the kind of go-to fighter on the competitive edge. Yeah. So if that one's gone completely unnoticed by me, as I'm sure it has many, there's a lot of fighting games. What is the hunger for Killer Instinct? Is there that much of a fan base? Was it just advantageous that it was a launch title? I have a lot of questions for the kind of pedigree that
for sure
Killer Instinct acquired.
And I think that's why we don't see it right now, Scott, to be honest, right? I think that's why there's nothing out as of yet. Nate over at ITG, Parker joins us over on twitch.tv/theofficial_ITG and says, Killer Instinct, man, we need it. Xbox doesn't have a fighter, and they really don't. PlayStation has, right now, Mortal Kombat. Honestly, they really do. They have a whole league going over there. They bought Evo as well. So there's a lot going in the world of fighting games, right? Lining up for PlayStation. But when it comes to Xbox, like Nate says, it's a good point. Dude, they really don't have anything. Yeah, you can play Mortal Kombat on your Xbox. That's where I play mine, right? Mortal Kombat 11 is there. Dude, I want to see the next Injustice. Like, there are fighting games that are coming, but I just don't... Killer Instinct just isn't cutting it for me right now. And I don't know if
I've had some fun with it, but really, I think if Xbox wants a fighter, just try to work your way into Mortal Kombat 12. That has to be coming. We know it has to be. And you put the Master Chief on it. That's how you sell a game, right there.
Dude, I think right now we're going to get Injustice 3, and then they'll switch over and give us Mortal Kombat 12 or whatever they call it. Probably 12, let's be honest, right? But
XL2.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? We'll see what the future holds there. But Media Molecule, the Dreams community, and Mercedes-Benz present a playable vision of the future. Scott, you can check this out right now. Mercedes-Benz partnered with Media Molecule to help answer the question, how do we imagine the world of tomorrow? The answer was dreams. Working with members of the Dreams community, which includes Canadian community creator Scott Vanderburg, who brought his style of the games to Dreams. Mercedes and Media Molecule help bring the world of tomorrow to life, which players can explore on July 8th when the Dreams and Mercedes-Benz experience launches. Mercedes and Media Molecule will also invite Dreams community to participate in the Dreams Community Game Jam on July 13th to the 26th, where they can imagine the future scenarios together. So check that out if you are into Dreams. Dude, Dreams is such a cool platform. It's so unique, so quirky, but I love what Media Molecule creates over there, and that PlayStation gives them the opportunity to create these, imaginative experiences that you can't really find anywhere else.
Yeah, I think it's great just to create a community of its own. Yeah. But it's great for that community of artists or people that have just what they think is great ideas for games. And it allows them just to create something interesting. I really like that. I like how there's an environment for that. I believe Nintendo's working on something similar to bring to the Switch, that you can create your own RPGs and such.
Yeah.
So I really like that there's a lot of support behind Dreams. That shows me that it is commercially a viable idea. And I'm just very puzzled as to how Mercedes-Benz fits into this. Is it?
I know.
Is it like a Tesla where I can play games on it when I'm parked, or does it have nothing to do with the environment of a Mercedes-Benz? I have no idea.
I think it's just the name. Honestly, I think it's just the name teaming up with Media Molecule and the brand, right? I think it's just a brand thing and a partnership, which is cool that they were able to pull that off at all. So I was surprised when I saw this as well. But yeah, I got my press release in, and we'll see what happens there. It reminds me, actually, let me check real quick, Scott, because I reached out to... I did not get it. Okay, I wondered. I reached out to our PlayStation contacts to see if we can get any information on the new Ghost of Tsushima DLC update, expansion, whatever it is, and I haven't heard back. But we'll keep everybody posted if we do.
All right, now I have an idea here.
Oh, what do you got?
What is the stealthiest car manufacturer?
Oh man, I don't know. I'm not a car guy. You're asking the wrong person.
Who can we? We gotta get Michael Ironside to buy a car from somewhere, have the right conversation, and put Splinter Cell on. Exclusive to Ford.
No,
Splinter Cell.
That's right. You'll probably get that before you get a game. So we'll see.
a Ford featuring Sam Fisher.
Oh. Okay. All right. Let's pull it back in. New Xbox Cloud upgrade means Game Pass games will look and play better. Another Xbox Cloud update has gone live, affecting the visual and technical prowess of Game Pass titles. According to Ars Technica, Sam Mekovich, we'll go with that. The upgrade seems to be more prevalent on Game Pass titles being activated on web browsers or through the Android app. This is to make games play, feel, and look as if they were booted up on the Xbox Series X console. Dude, They just keep boosting it even more, don't they?
We can't go a day without mentioning Game Pass, but a little did I expect a Game Pass update itself. I've never entered it through a browser, so this is something that doesn't affect me exactly.
Yeah.
But there is a huge amount of mobile users, and this will affect the Android app. So that's awesome. It seems like it's getting a lot of people, and that's good. That's a good step in the right direction. And I think every other game company is going to have to follow suit soon with their own pass. Man. But we'll see what the world looks like in a few years. It's going to be crazy.
No, for sure. Scott, let's jump into the world of Game Pass because we are adding 9 more titles, and, 8 games are leaving. Dude, it's Worms Rumbles on there. Everybody go pick that up. Game Pass, you can't miss it. Cloud, console, and PC. That's going to be there. Iron Harvest is going to be there. Need for Speed, Banjo-Kazooie, Bug Fables, Gang Beasts is there. Immortals Realms. Limbo is going to be there as well. Dude, Limbo is a cool title. It's been a long time since I played Limbo, though. But yeah.
And I need to mention Proteus as well. Proteus has entered the Game Pass on PC. I've played that one personally, so I have to make mention of that one. Yeah, I'm going to keep it short pending possible review status, but if you like Doom, you're going to like this.
Oh, there you go. There. And leaving on June 30th will be Battle Chasers, Marvel vs. Capcom, Mistover, Monster Hunter World, Out of the Park Baseball 21. Dude, I didn't even know that was a thing. Outer Worlds.
Yeah. Is there any other baseball games other than MLB? The show?
Not really. Let's be honest. No. Not really. Yeah, no. Outer Worlds is leaving. Soul Calibur and The Messenger. Scott, dude, we flying through things today, aren't we?
There's two on that list leaving that hurt me. There's Soul Calibur, that's my fighter.
Yeah.
That's my fighter. And The Messenger. I recently went through a bunch of Game Pass games, tried to download all the Metroidvania or just 2D action games I could find. And The Messenger was very interesting.
Yeah,
so
without a doubt.
It's too bad. It looks like I'm not going to finish that one up.
The Monster Hunter World is kind of one that I took note of for sure. I'm like, oh, good thing I already own it. So
yeah, that's a big deal. But
yeah,
I already have it as well.
Scott, what games are coming out today, buddy?
Oh, today we have some full releases, a lot less updates today than full releases, but there is Mario Golf Super Rush coming to the Switch. Scarlet Nexus, this is one I have my eye on. Scarlet Nexus is coming to the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Series X and S, and the PC. Just about everywhere except for Stadia and the Switch, unfortunately for them. But the Switch, however, gets Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 making its debut now on the Switch.
Dude, that's awesome. We actually reviewed that back on console. We just received codes this morning, actually, now for the Switch version. So definitely take a look at that.
Awesome.
We'll also be checking out Mario Golf. We received our code this morning for that as well. So that'll be in the next couple, I would say, weeks or so.
That's a standout one, I think.
Yeah,
it's been a while since there's been a Mario Golf, I think.
Oh, dude, when's the last one out, right? Like, it's been so long. So
it's 64?
Woo! That's showing.
I think I'm wrong, but...
That's yeah, we'll see what happens, but it's definitely been a long time. It'd be nice to jump back into the world of some Mario Golf. It's always in there for a good time. Mario titles are always a standout title. So, when you bring it over to the world of Switch, it's nice to have that ability to take it on the go. And... dude, I just got this. I gotta hang on. Hold the phone, Scott, because I just received this device the other day that allows me to attach the screen to my actual controller now. This got this.
Perfect.
Oh, dude, it's so cool. So look for that review as well. Lots on the go with Inside the Game, man. It's just that non-stop over here. But Scott, that's gonna stop things for today because it's been ITG Daily. Everybody, thank you for hanging out with us. Don't forget, you can join us live every day, Monday to Friday, over at twitch.tv/theofficialITG, and, of course, YouTube. But if you can't join us live, it's no big deal. Hit us up later over at InsideTheGame.ca, podcast services, and TV streaming networks around the world. Scott, before we go, everybody, don't forget, hit up the official ITG on Twitter. Show us that you're watching the ITG Daily Show, because we know you are. We see those numbers. Until next week, everybody. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you inside the game.